love it. Treat yourself. I love
you.
it. Treat yourself. Genuinely do. Treat yourself into that starter kit because you will not look back. It is something that you can take anywhere.
It's clean, it's tidy, there's no mess, it's portable. If you've got hospital appointments and you know you're going to be sitting around in the waiting room, take some with you and you can just trace out the design. Even if you just trace out and then when you get home, you can then do the rest to it.
It's worth having a little look at. Right then, we left you finishing the plate off.
Yeah. So during that time, I've traced out the rest of the design, but when we have a look and we compare it to the actual plate itself, can you sort of spot the difference? What I've done, I haven't put the crocuses in.
Crocus.
Okay, so I've just left the crocus out to give me that larger window.
I like it.
I wasn't sure what they were. I thought they were primroses, and then Linda said, no, they're cowslips.
Okay.
But I was calling these snowdrips and cowslops.
Fair enough.
A new flower. So what we're going to do now is we're going to put the frame in place, okay? So we're going to go to one of the other plates. So we're going to go with one of the country cottage, okay? Now we were talking earlier about, I mean, I've cut my parchment down so I can attach it to this. But if you're going for, and this is a piece that Lynn traced out for me, if I wanted to do the picot cutting, okay? So what we've done is we've taken a larger piece of parchment. Now if I want to put that frame in place, there's nowhere for me to attach it, so it's going to move around, or I could go over the edge. So this is where the plate mate for the A4 square plates come into play. Now, when you get it, it comes in two parts, okay? So when you receive it, it's like that, okay? You also get these little extender bars. It comes with a design, an A4 square design plate, plus it also comes with your groovy tabs. So what we do is we wrap it around our plate, like so. We use our groovy tabs to hold it. Now I keep those on there and I just keep it like that in my folder. Okay. So then what that means is it gives you that larger area. Like if I'm working on larger parchment, say I wanted to pop this corner in here, then what I would do, I can now attach it to the plate mate rather than hang over the edge. Okay. And it's nice to have a larger area in which to work.
And once you've got this, once you've got the deluxe starter kit and you've got this, that is it. There is no more. There is no more.
Well, ask Kate whether that's it.
Oh, okay.
Just emailed in. I know what you're saying. Yeah, the plate mates are sort of like your essentials, your staples that you go to time and time again. And then it's just the designs that you just
the designs, but it's the kit. Once you've got the tools,
yes,
it's only the plates that then you need to worry about which ones you want to go with. But you've got all bases are then covered. I feel
absolutely, yeah. So and we don't just give you a piece of acrylic with just to put around your plate. Look at all the design that is put on the plates as well. So all we're doing now, we can just pick and choose the elements that we want to. Okay, so I'm sticking with the number 1 tool, and then those tiny little dots I'm just pushing into. Okay, and you can do the top row if you want to, or you can do the bottom. I just need to give that a little wipe. It's really funny that you feel, as you become more familiar with the parchment and the groovy plate, you will feel the difference from where you've wiped with the tumble dry sheet and where you haven't.
Question.
Yes.
Okay, so Sophie emailed in earlier.
Good morning, Sophie.
About she's just bought the starter kit.
Yes.
She's already thinking, which I like, because she's emailed back in.
Excellent.
So she's not even received it yet. She went, hi, is there a back and a front to parchment? Which side do you use, please?
Good question.
Good question, so
okay.
You can come again.
So with the clear parchment, which we're working on now, there is no front or back to the parchment at all. So it doesn't matter what side you do. If you start working on something, then just stay on that same side all the time. Don't sort of pick it up and then turn it over and then think, oh, what side of it? You will feel the difference from the raised line art on the front. Okay. Now, if you're using our designer parchment or our coloured parchment or the rainbow parchment we also have on the show, there is a right side and a wrong side. Okay, if I just grab So this piece of artwork here that we looked at last night, okay, that was using our rainbow parchment.
Okay.
Okay. So if I bring this frame into place, okay, what you'll notice is on one side it's shiny, okay, and on the other side it's more matte. So when you're working, you need to have the shiny side facing you, okay, so that when you press through, you get that lovely crisp white line art.
Okay.
Now on some of the coloured parchment that's quite light, it can be a little bit difficult to see what is the shiny side. So just take the corner of the parchment and press into the corner, and you'll be able to see. If you turn it over and you get a white line, then you're working on the right side.
Okay, that's good to know. I hope that helps, Sophie, my love.
So there was a really good question to ask, especially if you're starting out for the first time with your parchment. But that's why in the starter kit we just give you the clear parchment, so that you haven't got to worry about that. Okay, so we're just going to take our tool and we're just going to pick and choose the elements. Now I'm actually going over the Groovy tab, so all I'm going to do is reposition that. I'm going to give a wipe with the tumble dry sheet again, okay, and then we just carry on. So this is where you can extend or shorten the design. So what we're going to do now is add that in.
Okay.
So when you look, you would automatically think that's one frame, but I've just used one row.
Yeah, true.
Okay, so you've got one there, you've got two there. You could take this as a frame. You can take this as a frame.
That's like seven frames in one, I think.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. It just goes on. You just keep going and adapting. And if you've got those lovely doodle dies, they would be a great basis in which to put your parchment onto. Okay, so we've got our frame in place now, so now we can put our scene in. So I'm going to swap to the other plate. See, this really for me shows the versatility of the design, how they all mix and match and work together. Okay, so where do we want to put our houses? Let's have a look. Let's put them just there, for example. Okay, so we're just going to pop that in place like that, just like so. And as you'll notice, as I'm working, my parchment's starting to curl a little bit. Okay, and there's several reasons for that. One, because I'm going quite fast, so I'm sort of stressing the parchment. And two, my hands are really warm, so the heat can cause it to curve. So this is where the Groovy Guard comes into play. Because if I keep going like this, all I'm going to do is keep catching the parchment. I can use more Groovy tabs, obviously, to hold it down, but it's quicker for me just to use my Groovy Guard and rest on that.
Now, just while you do this, Yvette's emailed in saying, hello all, I purchased the deluxe starter kit and this is my second project. Bear that in mind.
Wow. Okay.
This is her second project that she's achieved, and this is what it looks like.
Wow.
For a second project.
Barbara's Twas the Night. That is fantastic.
That's amazing for a second project.
If I had done that card, you wouldn't notice the difference between whether I had done it or Yvette had done it.
Well done, Yvette, my love. Absolutely beautiful. Loving your work. Keep them coming in.
It's so addictive. It really is. And for me, when I'm working with the Groovy system, it's my sort of escapism. When I do Groovy Tuesday, that is my hour of chilling out, getting together with friends on Groovy Tuesday.
There's loads there, but there's loads that you can get as well, remember. So if you're thinking, they keep talking about this colouring and I don't really understand how to do colouring, well, don't colour. Just take the parchment and use the parchment as the colour, may be the easiest way to do it. Let me give you the details for that as well that you've got now. We've got A4 of the parchment that you've got on it. You're going to get 20 sheets of the coloured parchment that you are looking at. So this is your clear parchment. There's also a coloured parchment if you want to go for. Check out the website for this one. But this one's £17.99. 770375 is your item number. A4 as well, so you can cut it down. And once again, go for those dies that's on Barbara's show later. You can cut that down. That's going to open up your flexible basket, and then you're going to get more for you. Technically, cut that down, you're going to get 40 sheets of A5. Or you can go for A5, which we've also got on the show. So then you can get, oh, well, look, 40 A5. So it's up to you what you want to do. You're one step ahead of me here. £17.99.